former Ambassador Chales Stith. And there is only about, 56 days left until elections in America. And the race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is heating up. I want to get a perspective on the final sprint of the race. Former U.S. Ambassador to Tanzania Chales Stith joins me now live from the United States. He's also the author of the book on COVID-19 and Africa. It's titled A View from the Other Side, Lockdown in South Africa. Ambassador, thank you very much indeed for staying up for us.
Well, Blaine, it's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm up and I'm ready to go.
We do appreciate your time, so thank you very much indeed. Let's jump straight into it with regards to Joe Biden and seemingly leading in many polls, even in the crucial electoral college in terms of the current poll averages. But if, Ambassador, 2016 has taught us anything, watch how much stock you put into these polls, isn't it?
Precisely. I mean, at the end of the day, the only poll that counts is the one in November. And it's if you're a Democrat, it's good news that the Biden-Harris ticket is polling as well as it is. The probably more important news is you can't pop the champagne yet. You got to keep working. And this race, as they do in every presidential year, is going to tighten up.
Right.
And you mentioned earlier that at the end of the day, it's not the popular vote that counts. It's the electoral college vote that counts. And there's a challenge there.
Right. I want to talk to you a bit about, if this race does indeed tighten up towards the tail end. But what about the key swing states, Ambassador? Is Biden gaining any ground in places like Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Florida, etc., important swing states?
Well, right now, he's polling well in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, and even Florida, as you mentioned. But this race is going to tighten up, and the wild card is COVID-19. Like South Africans, Americans have been really, really challenged. It's had a devastating impact on the economy. And those folks who are the most vulnerable, which are really the swing voters in this race, want this recovery to start. And they want to be able to feel it. They want to go back to work. They want to earn a living. They're ready to get back to living life as usual. And, this is one of the reasons that I wrote the book, is that I understood the volatility of politics internationally. But as you mentioned, within the context of this election in the U.S., COVID-19 and the response to it is going to play big. You may or may not know, Trump has promised that there will be a vaccine available on November 1st. That will in fact happen, is questionable. But the wild card is that he's at least pointing to an end to this crisis. And the Biden-Harris ticket is going to have to speak to that as well.
I mean, we're dealing with a pandemic here. The United States is leading with regards to the death toll. But why has the issue of a vaccine and the wearing of masks, which should be simple, I guess, a simple decision to make in order to protect yourself as well as others, why has it become such a political issue in the United States?
Well, the reality is, and it's the case in South Africa when I was there, people really have attempted to be cooperative. We've lived through SARS, MERS, Zika. We didn't have such drastic measures imposed to try to contain those novel coronaviruses. But when you look at people wearing masks, at least in the beginning, you got near universal the commitment to that sort of thing. And, likewise, with social distancing, people have attempted to be responsive. But folks, it's been almost a half a year. And, people, as I said, at the bottom of the economic spectrum are hurting. They want this thing to end. Grandparents, this is the longest time I've gone without seeing my grandkids. It's been almost 6 months. People want to get back on with life as usual.
Correct. I mean, just talk to us, Ambassador, how these issues in the lead up to the election stack up. I mean, when you look at COVID-19, America has more than 6 million cases, over 188,000 people have lost their lives, but you're also dealing with the issues of racism that has come to the fore. What about the economy? How do these issues stack up ahead of the all-important poll on November 3rd?
Well, in the U.S., as is the case in most democracies, the issue comes down to elections, to the economy. I'm sorry, and folks want they want the economy to ramp back up. I was talking to my son who lives in Santa Fe. And there are friends of his who worked in the service industry who were drawing down, $500 to $600 a night in tips. Yeah. And they aren't working now, and they're in the food lines. And so people want to see an end to this thing, and the person who can promise that is going to be the one that gets the vote.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much indeed for your time. We've run out of time, but no doubt we'll try to get you back onto the program to get from some fresh perspective in the lead up to the elections in America. Former U.S. Ambassador to Tanzania Chales Stith joining us live from the United States. He's also the author of a book on COVID-19 in Africa. It's titled A View from the Other Side, Lockdown in South Africa. Thank you very much indeed, Ambassador. Be well.